YouTube, what it do? Not to be rude, but VG gang stand up. Salute to the flag. Gang, baby, let's get it. Alright, so look, man. Woo. Today's video is going to be about regret. Whew, regret. One of the biggest, deadliest diseases out there for your brain. Regret. Now, before we get in this video, I just wanted to thank everybody that stopped by in the stream. I'm going to name a couple names. We had Slayer, Glow, Trey, Anxiety. We had Simba. We had Organic. We had a whole bunch of people hopping in the stream last night. We capped out at 101 viewers playing some Warzone with legendary Simba. It was awesome. So whoever stopped by there, I just want to say thank you guys. It was a great stream. It was like 3 hours, you know, from 11 to like 1 a.m. So it was awesome. But without further ado, let's get into the topic of this video, which is going to be about regret. Woo! Regret. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a couple stories that kind of hindered me throughout my life as I kind of, you know, graduated high school and started college, and these things that it kind of slowed me down heavily because I just wasn't in the right state of mind because I always regretted what happened. You know, once everything's going perfect, everything's going great, usually you run into like a wall or an obstacle that hits you, and then you just like, you know, you just get into like some type of depression thing where depression just means, you know, you can't help control something that's, you know, on the outside. So for example, if you're depressed, you're mad because you can't control feelings that's outside of your control, you know. And being depressed is actually a strong term if you really think about it, because a lot of people are depressed over things they cannot control, and that's just sad, bro. That's really sad. But regret is also another thing that hinders people a lot, especially from advancing to the future, you know, especially from, you know, making sure they got the things they need to do now to be active, to get up, to, you know, make sure they go to work, make sure they go to school, make sure to be productive, because whatever's on their brain, you know, they regret it. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's friends, brothers, you know, homies, even people that backstab you, even people that you hung out with, and then, you know, your homie was like, you know, don't hang around them because this may happen, and you actually ran into that, you know, and you regret it at that moment. And then you kind of like, you're not handicapped, but you want to second guess everybody because, you know, you're in regret at that point. In other words, it's slowing you down. You're definitely handicapping yourself. So I went through some obstacles, mainly 2 events that I kind of regretted really bad, you know, before I actually, you know, came of age and realized that I need to just move on and stop tripping off those things. But there's 2 things that really happened in my life. One, I got denied going to college throughout summertime because I didn't fulfill, like, you know, your portal. When you have a portal, you got to make your account, you know, make sure you register for your classes, or they're going to kick you out. They're going to count you as, you know, a non-finished register, and you got to re-register again, you know, once you get accepted. The second thing that I did regret was, another thing was not being able to upload as consistently as I wanted to on my YouTube channel when me and my brother, you know, Tony, when we had the YouTube channel going on. So essentially I had a YouTube channel. It was going well. It was going perfect. But I had, basically I didn't how can you say like work ethics? Like the work ethics I have now is just phenomenal. But the work ethics back then, I didn't really realize the results. Like I couldn't fathom the results as we were getting them because it was just like, it was unbelievable, you know. It was like I wanted it so fast, you know, and that's another thing I regret. So I'm gonna get into those deeply right now. Let me go wipe my nose. When I went to college, right? Well, not went to college, but when I graduated high school, going to college, when you're a senior, sometimes a junior, they prepare you for college, you know, so they get your classes, you sign up for different colleges, you make sure you did, you know, all your classes is up to par, and if you did extra classes like any college curriculum, you know, just for more units or whatever the case is. Some people did it just to start their major early. Whatever the case is, you know, you get college credit. You know, they make sure you're on point, and they make sure that you know, apply for colleges. So I applied for colleges, and I was also a part of a game club at my school called Soga. So basically we competed against other schools. We had tournaments. We had real prizes. And one cool thing is our teacher, Mr. Parker, who's able to help us out with scholarships. So this was the first time I ever earned a scholarship to play video games. Like, you know, at that age, it didn't make sense. You know, now it's normal. Playing video games is normal. They got competitive leagues for every single where. College league, high school leagues. You damn near got, middle school leagues to play video games because it's that demanding, right? At the time, video gaming, it was on the rise, but it wasn't as known as it is now. And for me getting a scholarship to go to UCSD, it was phenomenal. Like, my parents couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn, what the... Like, my whole family is like, this nigga got a scholarship to play video games? What the fuck? So, like, it was stupid. Like, it shocked my whole family. So, throughout that time between, like, June, July, August, September... No, June... Yeah, June, July, and August, right? Throughout those 3 months of summer, you have to do things for college. You got to make sure you register. Make sure you got your portal ready, which is like your username and your password. Make sure you attend the orientations, because if you're a freshman, you have to go to about 2 or 3 orientations because it's a whole new campus. And there's different things you have to do. I quite frankly did not do those things, and I missed my chance to... I don't know what would have happened. I missed my chance to... I don't know what would have happened. I don't know. Like, college would have been obviously... different. I don't know. Like, you don't know. But all I know is I missed my chance to go into this university that I always wanted to go to. And I just passed up on a scholarship that I had just because I didn't fulfill the deadline. And I felt stupid. I felt really bad about myself. And I regretted that moment for about 3-4 years. As I went and started a whole new different college. I ended up going to a community college around my city. And instead of looking at the ups, I just looked at the downs of everything. People I talked to, I looked negative on. The people I met, it was negative. The friends, girlfriends, everything. It was just, I had a very bad attitude. And at the end of the day, it was just because I would regret it, not fulfilling those deadlines, not going to those orientations, not reading my emails. Literally, not reading my emails. That day, literally, in my head was like, bro, after that day happened, my email game was strong. I ain't never had over 50 emails in once. Ever. Like, my email game is strong. If you email me, I'm reading that junk. Or you getting unsubscribed. Like, my email game is strong because of that day. And one more other incident that happened that I have regret that really hindered me and I hated it was when I made my first YouTube channel with my buddy Anton. We got far. We got basically 10,000 subscribers. We bringing in like 200 to 500 extra bucks a month, and I just at the time I was pulling in like thousands of viewers, having fans. I'm streaming. I'm doing everything good, and then once I went to school, I just didn't have like. I blame motivation and momentum, I blame people not supporting. I literally blame, people not watching Mortal Kombat because I used to play this fighting game a lot. I blame people not wanting to watch Mortal Kombat. I blame myself getting bored. And at the end of the day, while I'm blaming all those things and regretting all those things to cause me not to do anything, nothing was getting done. Nothing was getting done. Videos wasn't being uploaded. Streams wasn't being played. I wasn't being productive. And it was just my channel was just dying, and I was just feeling regret. And at the end of the day, 2 big valuable lessons that I learned about regret. It was 1, regret does nothing good for you. All it does is hinder you and slow you down. Thinking about the past that you cannot change or fix. Like, bro, look, like, how stupid do I sound? Like, how stupid do I look by talking about something that happened 4 years ago to present day? It's dumb. It doesn't make sense. And another thing that I learned is never make regret an excuse to not push harder. If anything, use regret as an excuse to push harder in your next level. Right now, as I have a YouTube channel and I have a gaming team, I refuse to have any type of regret for my old YouTube channel because that's already happened. That's in the past. I already know what's gonna happen. Already done it. Already been in TwitchCon when people were asking for an autograph. Already made different tournaments and had top 32. I met one of my crazy streamers. His name is Maximilian. There's a couple streamers that I like. It's Shroud, Maximilian, and Dr. Disrespect. These are 3 streamers that I would forever love because before gaming was what it is now. Damn, my phone just died. That's so unfortunate. It's all good. But anyway, so like I was saying, regret honestly does nothing. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Just damn, bro. My phone just died. That was annoying. That was just so annoying. I'm all into it. I'm all talking like, But anyway, Dr. Disrespect Shroud and freaking Maximilian was the only people I watched. Dr. Disrespect because he had all the animations and cool shit. Shroud because he's just a pure god. He's a robot. And I really like Maximilian because he was the only dude who legitimately played fighting games, and he did like tips and tricks. He did combos and he did streaming. So he was like the only dude who played fighting games at the time that I related to. But the main point is, please don't hinder yourself over regret. Regret isn't a good thing. Regret isn't something that you should be taking, too seriously. Regret is something that you should think about for a couple seconds. Let it hit you. Let it hit you for a day, 2 days or something. But that's it. Literally, that's it. If you put yourself in a position, to cause yourself to have more regret than what you normally should, then of course that's a personal issue. Don't date somebody and you don't like them, and then it's a year down the line, 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line. That's not regret, nigga. That's just messed up at a point. You need to just be a man. Or if you're a female, you need to just, woman up. Tell a dude that you don't like him. Don't date nobody. Don't get into these long-term things. It doesn't have to be a relationship. I just use that as an example. But, don't join teams. Don't join clubs. Don't join events. Don't join little partnerships and different things to where, it costs you, 6 months or a year of your life, and you're just going to think of it as regret. You better take all those experiences and grow. Every little experience that you has, that you see it as a regret, you better turn that into an experience. Fuck a regret. It's an experience. Experience would take you a long way. Experience would take you to be a better person in the future and in the present because you already been through that. And you already woken up. You already aware. You already know. I'm telling y'all, look. If you live in regret, you don't learn. You don't learn from living in regret. You don't. You don't. You don't. Make a mistake right now. Have some regret. And then start sorrowing over your moment. And start mourning in your bed. And then don't become active just because you keep regretting what you just did. It won't do nothing. It happened. And move on. Get up. Next. School. School finna start. Class finna start. And have you ever, let's go in high school, for example, right? Have you ever been hanging around your friend, right? And y'all just got out of class and y'all just finished y'all test, right? And then he not really as jolly as he used to be because he failed his test, so he a little down, right? And then he man, I should have studied, bro, right? So he's going to his next period, his finals. He got to take a test his next period. He got to take his text on his third, fourth period. And then he's just thinking about how bad he should have studied more for his first test because he's feeling all types of regret. So throughout the whole day, he's thinking about his first period and how he failed his test and how he regrets staying up all night and wish he would have studied. Instead of focusing on period 2, period 3, period 4, period... You know what I mean? Life goes on. Life goes on. What you regret it for? It happened. Study next time. You better get a double A next time. You better do some extra credit. It happened. But don't go home, don't skip out on your other periods. Don't be in class, not having all types of test anxiety because you can't think of the number one because of what happened in first period. Don't do that. Bro, look at everything as experience. I swear to God, bro. Experience. You don't regret nothing. You overcome. You feel me? You don't regret nothing. You overcome. Say it with me, baby. Let's get it. VEVA gang. Throw it up. We don't regret. We overcome. We out, baby. Let's go.